Hey guys, welcome to another video on WotNot product updates. Our team has been working really hard last month, and we have a lot of new features as well as improvements that I'm excited to walk you guys through. So, without further delay, let's get into it. So, the first update is that Outboundbots is now part of our startup plan. So, previously it was just part of our business plan, but now we have made it quite accessible to anyone who is a paid customer of WotNot. So using this, you can start proactively reaching out to all the contacts that are in your CRM or your database. All we do is just charge you a flat fee of $0.005 per outbound send. So if you're reaching out to, for example, 1,000 people, we just multiply 1,000 by this number. And it'll be automatically charged in your next billing cycle. So that's pretty easy. The next update, you are now able to download the outbound bots results in a CSV file. So let's say you ran a outbound campaign to wish your customers right on their birthdays. So whenever the bot reaches out to them, you can just open the analytics screen. You'll have a download option now here. So just click on it and it'll download a CSV file, and it'll include the reasons or the status of that sent to that contact. So if it failed to send that message to that person for some reason, you'll have detailed explanation as to what caused that failure. Was it like an incorrect number or something else? And you'll be able to troubleshoot and make it all right. Next, you can now view the outbound usage on the billing screen as well. So similar to how you show conversations, you can now see how many outbound sends did your account consume, right? Because that's what we'll be charging you each month for. Next, we have auto format contact numbers on outbound bots. So the way you send an outbound bot or run an outbound bot is by uploading a list of contacts, right? And most of you used to do it using a CSV file. And sometimes, it's pretty hard to maintain consistency in terms of the format of how that data is stored in our systems. So mostly if you have data which has a lot of incorrect values, right? Like these parentheses, hyphens, etc., or blanks or caps, we would now start auto formatting it for you. So you can just upload that CSV as it is, and our system would automatically remove these irrelevant characters and standardize the data so that you have less failures and more delivered contacts. Auto billing for WhatsApp message usage. So for all those who are using our WhatsApp business API who have purchased it from us, we used to manually charge you for the amount of usage that you had consumed through these APIs, but now it's all automated. So on your subscription billing cycle, whatever your usage was, we would charge you accordingly at the prices that are charged by WhatsApp. Next, we have Jump to. So I think all of you are familiar and quite inundated with Jump. We launched this as part of our flow functionality. So if you want to jump from one block to another, but previously it was just limited to the flows. So if you were inside a flow, you could use the jump functionality. But now we have brought it outside. So no matter where you are in the bots flow, it could be outside on the home flow or in the interior part of it using a subflow, you can now use jump. And to demonstrate that, I have a very simple example here. So let's say, for example, I have this bot here and I have 3 branches. Now I want to jump from this part of the flow, like after the send message 4 executes, I want to go to collect email. Now, first way I could do it is by using this plus, right? I just click and drag and connect it here. But let's say, for example, your flow is too big, right? Your flow is so big that you can't just click and drag. It's the distance is quite huge. So now you can use jump. Just use this jump block here. And the moment you've added it, open it and define which block do you want to jump that flow to. Now at any point of time when the flow reaches this point, it'll automatically jump to the collect email. That's that. We have updated our outbound bots view. So you may have noticed whenever you click on the outbounds tab, it loads with a cool animation here, and we show you some extra details. So as you see here, we show you a snapshot or a summary of the analytics data. So for each outbound bot that you created, we show you a summary of how many messages were sent, how many were delivered, how many were failed, etc., etc. And you can also click on these numbers and it'll take you directly to that analytics screen. And if that data is for a old date range, for example, this one, it just loads that up and I can just download the CSV file and look at data more in a raw format. Dynamically rendering list reply buttons and options. So for those of you who want to display the list of buttons or the list itself or options through an API call, so we call an API, and whatever is resulted from that API call is what you want to show. We have built custom functions for these now. So if you want these features enabled, please reach out to us as long as you're part of the enterprise plan, and we'll be happy to set it up and walk you through it. We have a new running status. So if you have a one-off campaign which you have built and run, but it has a sequence of blocks, right? So it executes after a delay of, let's say, 2-3 days, right? So when this campaign is run, you will have a new state here which says running. So until the point where the last message is sent, it'll show running. And once that last message is executed, you'll have the status change to sent. We have a revamped WhatsApp template message creation screen. So whenever you're building a new WhatsApp template message, let's say, for example, this one, I just click on plus, and instead of opening it in a pop-up message, we have changed it to an inline interface, because there were a lot of things that you would be customizing. So just give it a name, choose the category, choose the language, and add the details that make up that template message. So yeah, that's pretty much it. These were the updates that we had. Hope you guys like them. And in case you have any new feature requests, so we have added a new functionality within the product. So just click on this question mark here. You'll have an option to request a new feature or suggest an idea, view our roadmap, as well as look at the change log. It'll take you to the screen, and you can just switch between these tabs and suggest and look at all the cool new features that our team rolls out. Hope you guys like it, and stay tuned. Thanks.